Greetings, Commanders. Welcome to another episode of Surviving Mars. And the date that this was recorded was December 22, 2021. I spent the holidays back in Key West because of Manning, so I pre-batched these videos up to 3 months in advance. So I started saying the date just so that we don't get confused. And I think I was a little bit ahead of myself in the previous episode talking about how many colonists that I was able to do. I'll try not to do that. It's a courtesy of spoilers if you're following along and trying to think of this as a playthrough or a gameplay kind of thing. I decided to cut the videos a while ago down to 9 minutes after some feedback that my videos may be too long and that people usually fall asleep by the 9-minute mark. So I want to maximize your viewing ability or your tolerance for my voice before you fall asleep. That way you know that you got everything within the first 9 minutes. Oh, that's okay. But we're continuing with the mission here, which we have the milestone complete where we have 1,000 colonists. The AI continues to contact us, and we have this mission log regarding the mystery of the AI. It's continuing to talk to us, and eventually, I'm not going to spoil the what it's going to do, but there's going to be a choice I would have to make regarding it being staying with us or having it removed. We got to make a choice whether or not it's hostile or friendly. But as a human, thinking about if another entity is safe or not, let's just say you're given a choice whether or not it's something that would help the colony or hurt the colony. So leave a comment below if you've thought about these kind of things. It's definitely movies that bring about these questions, whether or not you want things that are automated or not, or would you rather rely on people to do the automation, or would you prefer people or an automated process to govern your day-to-day, right? Obviously, there's some benefits with automation. A couple of benefits: it frees up time, frees up resources, which includes a person. Time is definitely something we do want more of, but it's something that's constant, and you can't get more of unless you do things efficiently, right? So there's a lot of events that happen, a lot of choices that you can pick from. I think this gameplay was quite long, that I had over one weekend. So I cut it up down to 9 minutes, but I definitely put most of the choices we could have in this episode. As far as the sun, the artificial sun, I wanted to optimize it. I noticed there were layouts. Somebody recommended I look at the forum for an optimized layout for the power distribution, because eventually I'm gonna run out as I build more buildings. The specialized apartments require a lot of power, and someone was doing the math for me what I would need to fully fill a mega dome, and I have the numbers somewhere. If you want me to share it, I can, but you do need a certain amount of power and resources to accommodate these kind of domes. So it's kind of interesting what you need to do. You could play this game also as a leisure type of way, a cause and effect or response kind of thing, which I kind of did, because I did I did do some math, preliminary stages, but at the end, when there was a lot of things to keep track of, my math wasn't keeping up what I had to do. So I appreciate the people that do the math with me or for me. I know definitely one person can't do all the things. It's more efficient to have more people. Which brings us back to that question, do you want people to handle the automation? There's obviously things you have to do manually that a machine cannot wouldn't be able to think of unless you have those parameters. But if you think about the future of deep learning or AI, the kind of decisions that happen in their decision matrix, what kind of things you would want them to think about, right? Or what you want something to consider as a parameter. Or what needs to be done, right? Because if you've ever done any programming, you know that a couple of let's say the tasks you need to do are in sequence. A machine, when it's programmed, it happens in quick sequence. Like an if this thing happens, this has to happen, sort of thing. But with deep learning, it's like an array that looks forward as far as decisions have to be made. There's things that segue to different aspects of what you need to do, and it checks in, and this is all happening at an incredible speed. The speed of machine language is faster than a human, so it makes you think about what you need to do in the future of what needs to be done. So that's the thing about that. What were we doing here? We made the Megadome, right? And everything is here. We got 1,000 colonists, and it's definitely a big milestone because I can't imagine you could see all the dots and they're being rendered on this game in a computer that I thought was quite slow. It started slowing down, I noticed. I left these out, but I would crash every so often when I was dealing with the colonists. Like when you're underground and you're trying to transfer colonists back up, the game would crash because some sort of thing with the amount of numbers and the things that it has to render kind of breaks. So I don't know if that's normal if you have that in your game. Comment if that happens to you, what kind of things you've been doing to remedy that. I've been doing a verify integrity cache. It doesn't seem to help, but it seems like a fault, that a memory kind of fault. It happens when when we have that many people rendered. So it's amazing to think about. But anyway, this is all the time that we have. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more future videos like this, make sure you don't miss any. Hit the subscribe button, ding that bell. And I'll see you in 3 days. This is John Nezodam signing out. Take care, stay safe, and remember, you're essential.